haven't lived there in like 6 years, but I'm here for the summer. I'm living with my grandparents.
Oh, nice. So are you originally from the Michigan area?
I'm originally from Ann Arbor. I was born there, and then I lived there until I was in like 6th grade, so 11. And then I moved to Port Huron area.
Okay.
And then I've been at State for the past 3 years.
Okay.
And then, so now I'm here. I'm going to graduate with a bachelor's in political science soon.
Got it. So you're a poli-sci student at U of M?
MSU. No.
Okay, sorry.
You can catch me dead in blue and yellow.
Oh, okay. So go Spartans.
Yeah, go green.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a rivalry. We hire from both University of Michigan and MSU. You know,
Go wrong.
healthy rivalry there. Did you go to?
Not to you,
Went to U of M.
Ooh,
Right.
sorry to hear that.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is a really good school. My whole life it's just been nothing but green and white. So
Yeah.
even when I was in Ann
involved in
Arbor,
politics on campus?
I've been to a few college Democrat meetings.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm so busy up there during the school year that I can't
right.
I can't get to all of them because I work, and I'm actually about to get my bachelor's in 2.5 years.
Okay.
So I've been taking a lot of
A lot of
classes.
credits.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wanted to be more involved, but
A lot on your plate.
yeah.
So
Well,
you headed into your final year?
my final semester actually.
Okay.
So
Congratulations. That's great.
yeah, thanks.
What do you want to do afterwards?
Well, I'm taking my LSAT in September.
Oh, great.
So if I get 160 or higher on that, I'm going to be going to Cooley Law School for free.
Okay, very good.
And then if not, I kind of want to get involved in some kind of campaign, although December 2014 is like as far away from an important campaign as you can be, I feel like. right after the gubernatorial and all the
In
rest and
Michigan,
such.
at least, there's always anybody has runs campaigns. Well, there's municipals, but not in Michigan, probably.
No, not
That big
right.
one. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, and then that kind of thing would be like a good start, I think, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm already in Lansing. I feel like I could start bigger than that.
Yeah. Well, you can see that like interning with like a legislative office or something in the fall, just to, because you never know when they're hiring. And
Yeah, that's true.
so I think it's
Here's
good
a
to do.
crazy thing you consider that is a huge extra gears. Work on the campaign, from now until November. Take a second semester class instead of the first semester. Take the next semester off. Do second semester, graduate in May. Be able to walk with everyone, and then.
Well, my thing is, all my friends up there are already graduating at least a full year after me anyway, a year and a half as it is now.
Oh, okay.
Showtime?
Really? Right.
You never knew which side of the street to walk on and try to smile at people and hope that. Oh boy.
But how fun? What were you
Is there garbage around here?
I worked.
My main duty is driver, bodyguard. I'm going on vacation. After that, I've been involved more with managing the state reps. Still go out there.
Yeah, we don't have our field work
Sorry.
yet, so she's still out there.
I haven't been in that office since election night.
No, it was nice working.
We're gonna move in here and hear some
Turn left.
surprised.
Yes, but I was very impressed because I moved to UCLA for news.
Where should I put it?
Yeah, anywhere. How about over there? Back it up to the table over there. Piece of Wonder on there, and you put a grid on it, and you slice it, and then you
Took my birthplace.
so funny. I got this place. Come on in, folks.
Would you like me to grab one tonight?
Feels good to sit.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Yeah, let's put all the bodies in the same room.
I didn't
It'll really
wear
warm
a
up.
jacket or not. I thought real good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Well, I'm glad I didn't even have the thought to wear a jacket or pants or anything.
I never know what the standard's going to be.
Yeah, especially at something like this at a house.
And sometimes it's tie and the whole bit, depending where you're at. And this is, in fact, I'm even overdressed here. Guy would like to lighter pants and lighter shirt.
I'm Drew.
Dick Brown.
Nice to meet you, Drew Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call it anybody.
Actually, Andrew Johnson, but it's like the worst president ever. So.
Oh, I don't know. Some advantages.
Oh, he was all right, but he was a racist who didn't support slavery, and a guy who never went to elementary school who supported education. He's kind of a hypocrite. I did a big report on him because we have the same name.
This is grassroots.
Oh, it could have been an axe murder or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's true.
It could have been much worse.
He did do some good things, but he did get impeached, so that's why I shortened it to Drew.
I don't give a word about it.
I don't either.
Most people say, oh, he's president of the United States. That's all they'll remember. They won't remember the rest.
I said
Right.
they never caught up with me for 2 years. I don't know what's true, but I'm willing.
I told Pam, Meg Brown, she knew there's another fellow who used to really be very active in the Democratic circles. And he's passed away. Same day we used to work together and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That's what everybody knows, so I have to keep on explaining. No,
And I'm not him.
I'm not very good.
Yeah, growing up, there were two. I'm from here originally, but in high school, I went to a really small high school up by Port Huron.
Okay.
And I graduated with 150 kids, and 3 of them were named Andrew Johnson, and no relation. One of them even had the same middle name as me.
All right. Hi, folks.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming. My name is Dana. I'm the daughter of Carol and Pat, who own this home. And just wanted to kind of say a few words before Pam started speaking, and thank you all for coming. I'll let Pam tell you about her background and all the great things that she wants to do for us in Congress, but just wanted to say, like, on a personal note, as someone that loves Michigan and as someone that is a young woman who is a little bit tired of all the sort of things that the older men in Congress do that show kind of what what's going on here in Michigan and what's going on in the lives of young people and of women. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to support Pam, especially to have the opportunity to have all of us join together and make some changes in the 7th District. Thank you all for coming. And
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And for Pat and Carol, I don't know where you are, but can everybody come in? I just want to make sure everybody can get in here. And this is just going to be a very informal discussion. I'm just going to say a few things about my background, about who I am, why I'm running, and then we'll just open it up for some general conversation, and then we can go back to the food again. So, again, and then I want to acknowledge Adam Zemke, the state representative from this area. Yay, Adam! He's been a great support to me. And then, of course, Gretchen Driscoll, who succeeded me in representing the city of Saline area in the State House, where I represented the 52nd District, which I really enjoyed immensely. I had a great time there, and I had a wonderful district. Unfortunately, term limits, cuts that off, and then you have to move on. Little did I know I was going to move on to this, but things happen for a reason. So again, thank you all for taking the time on a very summery day to come out, and we're just going to have a little conversation. But as far as my background, come from a typical middle-class family. My dad was a World War II veteran. Was a steel distributor. My mom had a degree in radio broadcasting. She was one of the first women to have a degree in radio broadcasting. Had her own radio show in Cincinnati. My dad heard it, and they met. And so it was a lovely story. And but she chose to be a stay-at-home mom. Took care of my brother and me, and my dad was my brother's Boy Scout leader, my mom was my Girl Scout leader, and made sure that we sold cookies. And then as time went on, I had my own family. I have a daughter. I was a single mom. But then I was her cookie chairman right here in Saline. My daughter went through the Saline school system, and we lived out here for 16 plus years, and in 3 different locations throughout the city of Saline. So it's like coming back home here to see all you. And I remember when this subdivision was just being developed. But so I've spent most of my life trying to make things better for other people. Some of you know that I was a family law attorney for 25, 30 years in Washtenaw County. Also, I was the, and of course, people going through divorce situations can, have very challenging financial and emotional situations. So I try to help mediate that, move it forward, and try to get people to move forward with their lives. I was the first female road commissioner in Washtenaw County, and then trying to make the road situation better for people, but obviously it hasn't happened. But we're still working on that, right, Adam? We're still going to be working on that. And then finally, I was a state representative representing this area in western Washtenaw County, northern Ann Arbor, trying to make state government relevant and responsive to our citizens. Last 2 years I spent in China working on the University of Michigan program between the College of Engineering from the University of Michigan and Shanghai Jiao Tong University, which is like the MIT there, in Shanghai, and I was the executive director. So I mainly had an administrative role trying to be a liaison between two totally different academic communities as well as two totally different governments. So it was a very good learning experience. Then I came back, and here I am running for Congress because I think we need to be changing the tone of what's going on in Washington. And I've spent my life being a problem solver, trying to work across the aisle and trying to move things forward. Unfortunately, I think Congressman Walberg is the problem, and I like to say that he's like the poster child of what's wrong in Washington. So, he's got, I think, a track record that is something that I would not be very proud of. He's against the minimum wage, doesn't even think there should be a minimum wage. His voting record on women's issues is abysmal. He supported the Ryan budget, which cuts funding for Head Start. It freezes Pell Grants. It cuts road funding. It does all the wrong stuff. It sends the wrong message, and this is the blueprint for the Republican Party in the coming years. And also, Congressman Walberg voted for the shutdown for government while still taking his paycheck. He's one of two congressmen in the Congress that voted to shut down government and still kept his salary, $174,000. So, which is quite shocking, I think. So, I'm about change. I'm about making sure that we're responsible to our citizens, to make sure the government's working for us. I'm very much, priority is education. I've talked about Head Start, but I've always been extremely supportive of HighScope, which of course we know here in Washtenaw County is the leader in early childhood education, and that we know we need to be investing in early childhood education. I would like to see universal pre-K. We also need to be making sure that we have adequate support for our public schools in K-12 for STEM, which I know some people say STEAM now to put the arts back into it, but we are competing globally. We have to make sure that our kids are very prepared with math and science, as well as concerns about literacy. And then, of course, we have to make sure that there are jobs available and that our young people are trained for those jobs in the high-skilled jobs. So that's what we need to be doing. We need to be talking about getting the academic world, the research world together, the private sector world together, and government helping, making sure that there is economic growth here. And there's so many positive things going on here in Michigan. And so many people want our products, and we've got a skilled workforce, so we just need to be putting them to work. And we need to be creating that opportunity. So with your help, we can do that this November, but I'm going to need your help. We're going to need people helping in volunteer capacities. Obviously, we're going to need financial support, and I need a lot of financial support because I have to go up on television in 3 media markets. The 7th Congressional District is big, my map of Michigan here, but we have 7 counties in this market, in this district. We have Monroe, we have Hillsdale, Branch, Lenawee, Jackson, Eaton, and a large section of Washtenaw County. So that media market includes Detroit, Lansing, and Toledo. So, and all that takes money. So if you can help financially, I would really appreciate it. That's going to be the best way for me to get my message out to people. We'll obviously be doing great.